Jared, can we start with your overall thoughts on the performance?
Excuse me. I thought it was professional. We were understanding of what we were walking into this on this trip. You know, the West Coast have been under a lot of pressure, and you know this state loves their footy, and they've got two teams to focus on, and you know, rightly or wrongly, a lot of the focus is on West Coast at the moment, and they're a proud club. They're very well coached. They've got a lot of good players, you know, and when you see Hearn and Yo and Barras come back into the side, and you know, there just no surprises in the first quarter with their pressure. I thought they were excellent, West Coast, with their pressure around the ball, and we were able to absorb that. So it wasn't a. You know, I said to the players, I would have been more concerned today if we came out thinking that we were going to try and kick 150 points and just, you know, walk over a side that's struggling, just mainly due to injury. You know, they're still a good side on their home ground. So I thought it was a professional performance, but certainly not one that we'll be, you know, watching the replay for fun.
So how important are those wins, I guess, if you want to be a finals team to, I guess, scrap a win occasionally?
Oh, they're really important. I mean, the Bombers came over here last year in similar circumstances around a similar time of year, and you know, by the players' own admission, thought it was going to happen. So, you know, you can talk about these things all you like. The fact that AFL footy is really hard. There are a lot of proud clubs, and you get what you deserve over time. You know, and you know, there was the message today: we'll get what we deserve today. And if we think it's going to happen, we'll get embarrassed. And you know, so for that part of it, I was really pleased. But you know, that was pretty easy because we had a tangible example of what happened here last year under similar circumstances. And you know, you only have to. I've only seen the results, but you know, today, people think AFL footy's easy, and you know, predicting the results easy. It's not. It's tighter than people think.
It's actually been multiple times at pre-season, not just last year, where Essendon's lost to the team at the bottom of the ladder midway through a season. Was there a player who drove that conversation, having been through it rather than himself? Has just been different the one year?
Yeah, well, Merritt. I mean, he's our captain. You know, he talks about this, you know, a lot. And we had a brief moment at three-quarter time about, you know, just reinforcing, you know, what we do well, and you know, it's far from a perfect game for us, but a really good step forward in terms of our professionalism and our overall mentality. You know, so that Zach himself has talked to the players a lot about that's been a weakness for us, you know, in the past. And you know, let's be honest, we haven't been the best team in the comp over the last 10 years. So I don't think anyone has the right to think they can just turn up and get the result, but certainly not us. Every game's a hard game for us.
So that three-quarter time chat between you two that was shown on the TV.
I didn't see it.
So can you explain what you meant by the chat you two had?
I'm just trying to, you know, ultimately what I think any good off-field leader does is hand over control to the players, you know, in the important moments. And you know, we're not totally at that stage yet, but I'm trying to help build the on-field leadership with the players so that they can take control out on the ground. And you know, I thought it was really important that Zach had the last say at three-quarter time, and you know, the coaches can say what they like, but it's up to the players to execute.
Contested possession numbers were up tonight, which hasn't been a strength over the last month, I guess. Is that one of the highlights, I guess, for you tonight? And also, I think you kicked 7 or 8 goals from stoppages as well, so some good work from Hobbs and Merritt.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a different look for us over the last month too. You know, at the start of the year, Shield, Parrish, Setterfield are mainstays of our midfield, and they haven't you know, been there for the last, you know, little period of time. So, you know, but the silver lining is there. You know, we think Hobbs has got some real capabilities, an inside midfielder. Caldwell, Perkins didn't play much there tonight, but little spurts here and there. But that's the opportunity for us, and you know, no one likes losing good players, but we just take the attitude that, well, this is fantastic. We get Ben Hobbs in the midfield. We get, you know, Nick Bryan to play in the ruck. You know, we get, you know, Zerk Thatcher to play, you know, on a really good player in Oscar Allen. So they're all, you know, really good parts of the game. But you know, when you look at the midfields, you know, Yo, Gaff, Kelly. I mean, they're very, very good players. So to Caldwell, Hobbs, Snelling, in particular as sort of newer players in that part of the ground, that part was really pleasing.
Can you tell us a bit about how you adjusted your style of play, given what you came up against with the pressure and I guess the accountability that they defended with?
Yeah, I mean, they probably, well, definitely, would have scouted us last week and weren't going to let us control the ball, and they defended that pretty well, and certainly when the ball was in live play, they really pressured us well. So, if we were able to absorb that, we were going to get good opportunities going forward. But I thought largely we handled it pretty well, but we just, again, I think people want us to go fast and just score as much as we can, but we needed to play a style that was going to be sustainable, because West Coast did look pretty good on the bounce. They're Hearn back in the side. He's still, he's almost 36, but he's still piercing the ball through opposition lines. So, we just need to be a bit more consistent with our ball use rather than helter-skelter.
And you touched on Shield before. Where's he at the moment?
Oh, well, I'm not sure. Sometimes you say these things and wonder whether people believe you, but I mean, he had an ankle which was fine, then he had a core cuff which bled a bit, missed last week, and then he just tweaked his foot a little bit at training. So all very, very minor, but three different things. So which all added up to we're just not confident playing him. Again, he probably thought, I can get through, but again, we've got a fully fit Ben Hobbs, Will Snelling. Shealy has to be 100%, or we won't bring him back, and that'll be the same next week.
Yeah. Do you think there's a good chance next week?
I think he's a good chance, but I thought he was a good chance this week too. I just don't worry about it until I need to.
Brad, how did you see the game of Sam Draper? He wasn't obviously dominant in the ruck, but dominant around the ground. Is that sort of a trade-off that you have one rather than the other?
Yeah, you'd love to have both. But full credit to Williams. I thought he rucked really well, particularly in the centre bounces, and he's on a lot of clubs' draft board. So he's an impressive young player, and Drapes has carried a significant load for us, and we chose to rest Andrew Phillips for the trip, give Nick Bryan an opportunity, and I thought while Drapes wasn't at his best probably at the stoppages, as you mentioned, he was very good around the ground. So overall we were pleased.
Was that a tough call to make then to sub Bryan off, considering he was doing quite a good job there?
Yeah, but it always is when you haven't got an injury. You can make a case for all different parts of the ground, but we've used different players to sub off throughout. This is probably only the second time this year we've subbed our ruck off. So we just felt we had that luxury this week.
And you yourself, you're feeling okay? You flew separate to the team. Was there any doubt that you were going to coach this weekend?
I couldn't have played, but I was able to coach. No, I'm fine. Yeah, no worries.
6-5 at, I guess, the halfway point. Brad, can you give us an overall feeling of how you feel we're going as a team?
Well, we're just evolving. I mean, we're trying to build a system that's sustainable. I think we've shown against good sides that we're capable. And again, that's why today was a different test, because West Coast are a really proud club. They've been a great club for a long period of time. But I get the pressure they're under. But I mean, last week, don't worry about Adam Simpson. Like Norm Smith, Kevin Sheedy, Mick Moldhouse, Lee Matthews couldn't have coached those injuries. So they're a good club. I was just really surprised. I shouldn't be surprised because I've been around long enough to know. But that everyone accepts the injuries, but then they won't say, "Oh yeah, but that's fair enough." The scrutiny's been over the top in my view.
Did you touch base with them? What's it like, coach to coach?
No. I mean, we're competitors. I mean, we're coaching against each other. So that's not appropriate. I mean, my job's to be honest, be ruthless and do my job for Essendon. But now the game's over. I just, you're talking about a premiership coach and a guy who's taken a team to a grand final. Previously, it's just, I just find it a bit unsavoury.
Thanks,
Next
guys.
week, just one more if I can. North Melbourne next week. Is that going to mean much to you, coming up against a team from your former coaching life?
No, they're in the competition, so we've got to play them. No. It'll be different only because I think I know the players pretty well. But it's funny, you look off-field and on-field, and more have gone than are still there. You know, off-field, none of them are there. So, you know, when you talk about the players, you go through the list and see how many of them I actually coached. It's dwindling pretty quickly. So, very, very quickly they just become a different team. And, you know, they're clearly, there's history there, but, you know, it'll count for nothing next week.
Thanks, guys.
Great.